Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss word problems involving scientific notations. So I suggest bago nyo to sana panoorin, napanood nyo itong video about writing numbers in scientific notation and vice versa. Kasi para ma-review kayo, ma-recall nyo since this is grade 7 lesson. So although nilagay ko na ito sa playlist para mabilis nyong makita. Kung kundi man, okay, so magbibigay ako ng mga konting given para ma-review lang natin kung paano tayo nagre-rewrite o chine-change yung scientific notation into standard notation or yung number to scientific notation. So pag small number, the exponent is negative in scientific notation. Pag big number, the exponent is positive. So change the following numbers into scientific notation. So meron tayong given 0.00024. So, saan natin ilalagay yung decimal? Sa unahan ng 2. So, bibilangin natin since ito ay small number. So, ibig sabihin, ang negative natin dito ay, yung exponent natin ay negative. So, bibilangin mula dun sa decimal na yon, papunta dito, bibilangin mo lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ibig sabihin, negative 5 ang exponent. Next, 37,000. So 37,000 is big number. So saan natin ilalagay ang decimal sa unahan ng 3? So what do you think? Isasama pa ba natin yung tatlong zero? Hindi na. So yung 3.7 lang times 10. Pero mula dito sa unahan, papunta dun sa pinaglagyan natin ng decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan yung magiging exponent. Since big number, positive ang exponent. Next. 243,723. So, saan natin ilalagay yung decimal? Sa 2. Okay? So, do you think sasama pa natin yung 0 dito sa unahan? Hindi na. So, yung sama nyo lang yung 4372. Okay? Times 10, pero kapag binilang natin yung ilalagay natin sa exponent, ang 0 kasama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, times 10 raised to 5. Number 4. 9,000,000. So, big numbers, automatic yung exponent ay positive. So, saan ilalagay yung decimal? 9. So, hindi na natin isasama yung 6 na 0. 9 na lang. 9 times 10 raised to, so ilan yung 0 na yan? 6. Next, 0.006789. So, saan ilalagay yung decimal? Sa unahan ng 6. So, isasama ba ang 0? Hindi. So, 6.789 times 10. So, ano yung exponent natin? Since ito ay small number, so negative ang exponent. So, mula dito sa decimal, bibilangin mo lang. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so raised to negative 3. Another. 0.056600. So, saan ilalagay ang decimal? Sa unahan ng 5. So, hindi na natin isasama yung dalawang 0, right? So, 5.66 times 10. So, ilan yung movement natin? 1, 2. So, raised to negative 2. Okay, 2,700,300. So, saan ilalagay? Sa unahan ng 2. Of course, isasama pa natin yung dalawang 0 kasi may 3 tayo dito. Pero kung nandito yung 3, hindi natin isasama to. So, 2.7003 times 10. So, ilan ang movement mula dito sa unahan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raised to positive 6. Next, 0.472000. Small number, ilalagay ang decimal sa unahan ng 4. So, ito ay 4.72 times 10. What is the exponent? Ilan na ang movement? Negative 1. Next, 3, 3,050,240. So, saan ilalagay ang decimal? Of course, sa 3. Isasama ba natin yung mga 0 na to? So, yung 0 dito, yes. So, 3.05024 times 10. Yung 0 lang sa unahan lang din natin isasama. So, bilang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, that is raised to 6. Next, 0.400. So, saan ilalagay yung decimal? Sa 4. So, 4 times 10. Ilan yung movement? Raised to -1 since small number siya. Paano naman kapag from scientific notation to standard notation? So, halimbawa, 2.4 times 10 raised to -2. Okay, kanina, ito yung kinukuha natin. Paano ito? Since negative yung exponent natin, so small number ito. So, kapag small number, ang gagawin natin, mag-a-add tayo ng zeros sa right. Okay, so pag big number naman, mag-a-add tayo ng zeros to the left. Okay, so 2.4 times 10 raised to -2. So, paano natin gagawin? Okay, 2.4. Okay, ayan po, no? Mag-aano tayo? Okay, parang balik. So, add zeros to the left. Left dapat ang pag-add. So, pagpalitin nyo na lang to. And yung big number sa right dapat, no? So, 0.024. So, since mag-a-add tayo dito. So, 2.4, nag-add tayo ng dalawa. So, mula dito sa 2, 1, 2. So, may isang zero lang na idadagdag sa left side. So, that is 0.024. Next, 9.67 times 10 raised to -6. So, mag-a-add tayo ng -6. So, tingnan natin. Papunta tayong left side dapat. Mulang decimal na to, papuntang left side. Okay, so mula dito sa 9, okay, dagdag tayo ng, kung may isa na tayo, may 9 na tayo, dagdag na lang tayo ng 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-standard notation niya, 0.00967. Next, 5.9942 times 10 raised to -12. So, ibig sabihin, 5.9942, no? Saan tayo magdadagdag? Sa left side. Okay, may isa na tayo, yung 5. Ilan pa ang idadagdag natin? Kasi kasama yung 5 sa 12 eh. 11. So, magdadagdag ka ng 11 na 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, ito yung standard notation ng given na to. Another. Okay, pa-big number naman tayo. 5.304 times 10 raised to 7. Since papunta tayo sa right side, magdadagdag tayo ng 0 sa right side. So, kasama na ba yung 304 sa 7? Yes, kasama na sila. So, 5304, ilan pa ang kulang? 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, kapag inano natin, that is 53,040,000. Next, 2.89 times 10 raised to 10. So, ang 89 ay kasama na dun sa 10. So, ilan na lang ang idadagdag na 0? 8. So, yan ay, so meron tayong 28,900,000,000. Okay, next. 7.334516 times 10 raised to 13. So, pag-add din tayo ng 0 sa right side. Pero ibabawas natin sa 13 ito 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ilan na lang? Ilan na lang ang idadagdag? 7? Okay, 7 na, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, ito lahat, no? Trillion na to. Hindi lang trillion. Okay? And 73,345,160,000,000. So, I hope na na-review kayo. So, sa problem solving tayo. So, Metro Manila population density. So, the population of Metro Manila is approximately 1.4 times 10 raised to 7 people. Its total land area is about 6.19 times 10 square kilometers. So, what is the population density of Metro Manila? So, the number of people per square kilometer. So, express your answer in scientific notation, rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, first, to find the population density, we divide the total population by the total area. So, ang population natin, no, yung total population natin is 1.4 times 10 raised to 7 people. And yung total land area natin is 6.19 times 10 square kilometers. So, ang gagawin nyo dito, kapag nagdi-divide tayo ng ganito, same yung base, sinusubtract natin yung exponent natin. So, 7 minus 2, kaya dito 5 na lang, 10 raised to 5. So, ito naman, ito yung i-divide natin. 1.4 divide 6.19, okay, that is equivalent to 0.226. But, kailangan natin i-write into scientific notation. So, to write this in proper scientific notation, so magmumove tayo ng decimal point one place to the right. So, ito, move natin to the right, no? Which means we subtract since nag-move tayo ng 1 point pa right side, magbabawas tayo sa exponent natin ng isa. So, that will become 2.26 times 10 raised to 5 minus 1 or 2.26 times 10 raised to 4 kasi nabinawasan na natin ng isa. So, ibig sabihin, the population density of Metro Manila is approximately 2.26 times 10 raised to 4 people per square kilometer. Next, so the annual rice production per Filipino. The Philippines produces approximately 1.99 times 10 raised to 10 kilograms of palay and rice. Okay, and has rice annually. So if the population of the Philippines is about 1.1 times 10 raised to 8 people, how many kilograms of palay are produced per person each year? Express your answer in scientific notation rounded to two decimal places. So kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, no? So to find the amount of rice produced per person, so i-divide lang natin yung total kilograms or the total production by the total population. So, yung kilograms per person, so yung total kilograms is 1.99 times 10 raised to 10 kilograms and the total population is 1.1 times 10 raised to 8. So, ito nga, no, kagaya kanina, same sa problem number 1 natin, ima-minus lang yung 10 minus 8, kaya naging 10 squared yan. 1.9 divided by 1.1, that's equivalent to 1.81. So, therefore, we can say that the approximately 1.81 times 10 squared kilograms of pallets are produced per person in the Philippines annually. Okay, another problem. The Philippines and archipelago has one of the longest coastlines in the world, measuring about 3.629 times 10 raised to 4 kilometers. The province of Palawan is famous for its beautiful beaches and has a coastline of about 2.0 times 10 cube kilometers. So how many times longer is the entire Philippines coastline compared to Palawan's coastline? Express your answer in scientific notation and rounded to one decimal places. So the formula na gagamitin natin, how many times larger one value is compared to another, we divide the larger value, which is the Philippine coastline, divided by the Palawan coastline. So 10 raised to 4 over 10 cube is 1. So 3.629 divided by 2.0. So the answer is equivalent to 1.8145 times 10 raised to 1. So ibig sabihin, the Philippine coastline is approximately 1.8 times 10 raised to 1 times longer than the Palawan coastline. Okay, so that will be the answer. So for practice exercises, I have two problems here. Pwede nyo i-post yung video and try to comment your answer. No? I-check ko. Magre-reply ako kung tama yung sagot nyo. So good luck and thank you for watching this video.